The chilling reality is that life's most precious moments can turn to tragedy in an instant, often when we least expect it. Just last night, a loving family woke to an empty silence, a void left by a 71-year-old patriarch who simply didn't wake up. He was fine the day before, vibrant and full of life, yet his peaceful slumber became his last. He seemed perfectly healthy, without any obvious red flags, enjoying a perfectly normal evening. But the next morning, that familiar awakening never came. What truly happened? More importantly, could this heartbreaking event have been prevented? The terrifying truth is that for those of us navigating life beyond 70, the very routines we consider normal, the seemingly innocent habits we've cultivated over decades, can quietly become silent assassins. These everyday nighttime practices can dramatically escalate your risk of devastating health crises like debilitating strokes, sudden and severe heart attacks, and even an unexpected, irreversible death during sleep. And here's the most alarming part. An overwhelming number of people, perhaps even you or someone you deeply care about, are completely unaware that they are making these life-threatening mistakes every single night. The vital information you're about to uncover could be the difference between a peaceful, healthy future and an unforeseen tragedy. Don't let yourself be caught off guard. We are now going to unveil 4 critical nighttime habits that you absolutely must eliminate if you are over the age of 70. These aren't drastic lifestyle overhauls. They are subtle, almost invisible routines that, despite their apparent harmlessness, wield a profound and cumulative impact on your overall health, your vitality, and ultimately, your longevity. Some of these revelations might genuinely shock you, while others may highlight practices you've engaged in for years without a single second thought. By the time you finish reading, you will possess invaluable knowledge, empowering you to actively protect your well-being, significantly enhance your sleep quality, and consistently wake up feeling stronger, healthier, and more invigorated each and every morning. Stay with me until the absolute end, because the final habit we discuss is something that a vast majority of seniors unknowingly engage in every single night, and it holds the potential to place them in grave, avoidable danger. You'll also learn straightforward, actionable steps you can take instead to guarantee a safer, healthier, and more restorative sleep experience. The time to act is now, before it's too late. Eating heavy meals too late at night. One of the most frequently overlooked yet undeniably dangerous bedtime habits, particularly after reaching the age of 70, involves consuming substantial heavy meals too close to your scheduled sleep time. It's easy to dismiss this, perhaps thinking, "I've always done this and I've never had any issues," or "It feels comforting to have a full stomach before bed." However, as we gracefully age, our bodies undergo significant physiological changes. Crucially, our digestive systems no longer process food with the same youthful efficiency they once did. What you choose to eat before you lie down, and even more critically, when you eat it, can dramatically influence not only the quality of your sleep, but also your vital heart health and, alarmingly, your susceptibility to sudden, life-threatening complications that can arise in the quiet hours of the night. Think back to your younger days. You likely could enjoy a large, late dinner, perhaps a hearty steak or a generous plate of pasta, and drift off to sleep without a second thought, waking up refreshed. But now, in your 7th decade and beyond, your metabolism has naturally slowed, and your entire digestive system operates at a more measured pace. Your body requires a considerably longer time to properly break down and assimilate food. This prolonged digestive effort, especially when occurring as you attempt to sleep, can trigger a cascade of uncomfortable and dangerous issues. These include persistent acid reflux, profoundly disrupted sleep patterns, and even an unwelcome increase in blood pressure. All these factors are intricately linked to a substantially higher risk of experiencing heart attacks and strokes, while your body should ideally be at its most peaceful and restorative. If you've ever found yourself abruptly waking in the middle of the night with that telltale burning sensation of heartburn, a general feeling of discomfort in your chest, or a disconcertingly racing heart, there's a strong probability that your late-night eating habits are the primary culprit. Here's a more detailed look at what precisely happens when you consume a large meal just before climbing into bed. Instead of your body dedicating its precious resources to achieving deep, restorative sleep, the kind of sleep essential for cellular repair and mental rejuvenation, it becomes preoccupied with the arduous task of digestion. Your stomach, rather than resting, is forced into overdrive, churning out significant amounts of acid to break down the food. Your intestines are working tirelessly, and your heart rate, which should naturally be slowing down for rest, remains undesirably elevated. This creates a physiological chain reaction within your body, preventing you from sinking into the deeper stages of sleep. Instead, you remain trapped in a lighter, more restless state, significantly increasing the chances of sudden and dangerous cardiovascular events. For instance, consider indulging in a comforting late-night snack, perhaps a rich, heavy pasta dish or a greasy burger, just before you intend to turn in for the night. You might feel a temporary sense of fullness and satisfaction. However, as soon as you lie down horizontally, your body struggles against gravity to keep that stomach acid contained where it belongs. This acid can then quite literally creep back up into your esophagus, creating a burning, uncomfortable sensation, often leading to persistent coughing or even terrifying choking sensations that jolt you abruptly awake. Over an extended period, chronic acid reflux, medically known as gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, can cause significant weakening of the muscles in your throat and airway. This, in turn, tragically elevates your risk of developing aspiration pneumonia, a severe lung infection that poses a deadly threat to seniors. Even more concerning, consuming food too late at night can contribute to unhealthy spikes in your blood sugar levels. If you have been diagnosed with diabetes or are at an elevated risk of developing it, this seemingly benign habit can cause significant glucose imbalances, making it incredibly challenging for your body to effectively regulate blood sugar while you are asleep. Scientific studies consistently demonstrate that seniors who routinely eat late into the evening have a notably higher probability of developing complex metabolic disorders that are direct contributors to serious heart disease. So what proactive steps should you take instead to safeguard your health? The most effective strategy is to aim to finish your last significant meal at least 3 to 4 hours before your planned bedtime. This generous time frame allows your body ample opportunity to digest food properly and efficiently before you lie down, minimizing digestive distress. If you genuinely feel the need for a snack before bed, make a conscious choice to select something very light and exceptionally easy to digest. Excellent options include a small handful of unsalted nuts, a modest piece of fruit like an apple or banana, or a soothing cup of warm herbal tea. These choices not only prevent unnecessary strain on your digestive system, but can actually actively promote better, more restful sleep. Always remember, your body operates quite differently now than it did in your younger years. By implementing this straightforward yet profound adjustment to your eating schedule, you can substantially lower your risk of experiencing serious nighttime health issues, dramatically improve the overall quality of your sleep, and ensure your body receives the deep, rejuvenating rest it truly needs and deserves. Drinking too much liquid before bed. The widespread belief that consistently staying well hydrated is always beneficial holds significant truth, and proper hydration is indeed vital for overall health. However, as we grow older, especially once you're past 70, consuming an excessive amount of liquid, particularly in the hours leading up to bedtime, can surprisingly become counterproductive and even harmful. If you find yourself repeatedly waking up multiple times throughout the night with an urgent need to use the bathroom, it's a strong indication that it might be time to critically re-evaluate the quantity of liquids you're taking in during the evening. But disrupted sleep, as annoying as it is merely one facet of the concern. This seemingly innocuous habit can also substantially increase your risk of dangerous falls, contribute to various heart issues, and, over a prolonged period, even play a role in cognitive decline. Let's delve into why this particular habit becomes so critical with age. As our bodies mature, our bladders naturally become less efficient and less capable of comfortably holding urine for extended periods. The muscular walls of the bladder tend to weaken, and importantly, our kidneys continue their crucial filtering work throughout the night, processing fluids even as we sleep. Furthermore, our bodies become more acutely sensitive to even relatively small amounts of liquid present in our system. This means that if you consume a large glass of water, a comforting mug of tea, or a refreshing juice right before bed, you are significantly more likely to be jolted awake during the night by an overwhelming need to urinate. While this might initially appear to be nothing more than a minor, albeit irritating, inconvenience, the potential consequences can be far graver than you might imagine. Consider a very common, yet precarious scenario. You are suddenly awakened from a deep sleep in the dead of night by a painfully full bladder. You attempt to rise from your bed quickly, driven by urgency, but your body, which has been in a horizontal resting state, hasn't had sufficient time to adjust to the sudden change in position. This can lead to a condition known as postural hypotension, a sudden and often dramatic drop in blood pressure that occurs when you stand up rapidly. This sudden drop can cause alarming dizziness, a sensation of lightheadedness, and even result in fainting. Many seniors experience these symptoms without fully understanding the underlying cause. Tragically, this phenomenon is one of the most common and often unacknowledged causes of dangerous nighttime falls. What begins as a simple routine trip to the bathroom can tragically escalate into a life-threatening accident, potentially resulting in debilitating fractures, severe head injuries, or even worse. Beyond the immediate danger of falls, the persistent disruption caused by frequent nighttime urination, medically termed nocturia, can severely fragment your crucial sleep cycle. Each time you wake up, especially if you turn on a light, your brain receives signals that mistakenly trick it into perceiving that it's already morning. This profoundly disrupts the natural production of melatonin, the vital hormone responsible for initiating and maintaining deep restorative sleep. Over an extended period, consistently poor sleep quality can have a devastating impact on your overall health. It can significantly weaken your immune system, making you more vulnerable to illness, contribute to dangerously elevated blood pressure, and even tragically accelerate cognitive decline. Numerous scientific studies have unequivocally demonstrated that seniors who frequently wake up at night due to urination have an elevated risk of developing dementia and other memory-related conditions, a direct consequence of long-term chronic sleep disruption. Recognizing that proper hydration remains crucial, what then is the optimal solution? Instead of completely eliminating liquids, which is unhealthy, the key lies in strategically adjusting your fluid intake schedule. Aim to consume the vast majority of your daily fluids earlier in the day, gradually tapering off your intake by the late afternoon or early evening. If you genuinely feel thirsty, later in the evening, opt for small, controlled sips of water rather than downing a full glass all at once. Be particularly mindful of caffeinated beverages like coffee or certain teas in the late afternoon or evening. Caffeine acts as a powerful diuretic, meaning it actively increases urine production, thereby exacerbating the very problem you are trying to mitigate. Another valuable tip is to become aware of hidden sources of liquid in your diet. Foods such as soups, fruits with a naturally high water content like watermelon or oranges, and even certain medications can contribute to fluid retention and increase the likelihood of those unwelcome nighttime awakenings. By implementing these small yet intentional adjustments to your fluid intake routine, you can dramatically improve the quality of your sleep, significantly reduce your risk of perilous nighttime falls, and robustly support your overall health and well-being in the long term. Sleeping in a room that's too warm. While the idea of a wonderfully cozy, warm bedroom might sound incredibly inviting and comforting, especially as the temperatures drop, for those over the age of 70, maintaining your room at an excessively warm temperature throughout the night can silently but profoundly jeopardize your health. Many seniors, with the best intentions, make the common mistake of cranking up the thermostat or bundling themselves in multiple heavy blankets, genuinely believing this will somehow facilitate better sleep. However, the often overlooked truth is that sleeping in an overly warm environment can, without you even realizing it, significantly increase your risk of serious heart problems, unwanted dehydration, and ultimately a much poorer quality of sleep. As we progress through life, our bodies gradually become less efficient at their inherent ability to regulate internal temperature. The mechanisms that allow us to sweat effectively and release excess heat begin to decline, making it considerably easier for our core body temperature to rise to unhealthy levels, particularly during the deep phases of sleep. When your body becomes overheated, your heart is forced to work considerably harder to pump blood to the surface of your skin in an attempt to cool you down. This extra exertion places unnecessary and potentially dangerous strain on your entire cardiovascular system. This situation can be particularly perilous for seniors who already live with pre-existing heart conditions, suffer from high blood pressure, or have compromised circulation issues. Take a moment to consider this. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling uncomfortably sweaty, restless, or perhaps even slightly short of breath? That feeling is your body vigorously struggling to regulate its temperature against an uncooperative environment. Scientific studies consistently demonstrate that sleeping in a warm room dramatically increases the risk of dehydration, even if you don't actively feel thirsty. Even mild dehydration during the night can cause your blood to become subtly thicker, which in turn increases the perilous risk of developing blood clots, experiencing heart attacks, and suffering strokes, especially in older adults whose circulatory systems may already be more vulnerable. Let's visualize a common scenario. Picture someone like Frank, a 74-year-old retired school teacher who enjoys the quiet ritual of reading in bed before finally turning in for the night. He typically keeps his bedroom thermostat set at a comfortable 75 degrees Fahrenheit and piles on several thick blankets, convinced this will keep him warm and induce sleep. Yet night after night, Frank finds himself tossing and turning, frequently waking up drenched in sweat and consistently feeling groggy and unrefreshed the following morning. What Frank doesn't realize is that his warm, seemingly cozy sleeping environment is actively sabotaging his body's natural sleep cycle. It is preventing him from reaching the crucial deep restorative stages of sleep that are absolutely essential for optimal physical health, mental clarity, and overall well-being. A cooler room, paradoxically, promotes far better sleep by encouraging the body to naturally lower its core temperature. This physiological process is utterly vital for achieving true deep sleep, which plays a pivotal role in memory consolidation, bolstering immune system function, and extending overall longevity. Seniors who consistently make the effort to sleep in a cooler environment frequently report waking up feeling significantly more refreshed, genuinely energized, and remarkably mentally sharp. So, what is considered the ideal sleeping temperature for optimal health as you age? Experts widely recommend maintaining your bedroom temperature between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, approximately 15.5 to 19.4 degrees Celsius, for the best possible sleep quality. If that range feels too chilly for your personal comfort, rather than reaching for the thermostat, try layering with lightweight, breathable cotton blankets instead of heavy synthetic ones, which tend to trap heat uncomfortably. Wearing light, moisture-wicking sleepwear can also be incredibly helpful in regulating your body temperature throughout the night, preventing overheating. Another wonderfully simple and effective trick is to open a window slightly for a gentle flow of fresh air, or to use a small, quiet fan to keep the air circulating. Not only does this aid in cooling, but it also improves air quality, significantly reducing the risk of respiratory issues that can disturb precious sleep. Making this seemingly small adjustment to your sleep environment can exert a profoundly positive impact on your overall health. By keeping your bedroom cool, you actively reduce the risk of cardiovascular strain, significantly promote deeper and more restful sleep, and wake up feeling wonderfully rested, all without the dangers and discomfort of overheating. Now, Let's explore one final bedtime habit that poses a particularly high risk for seniors, yet many people unknowingly engage in it every single night. This last one might truly surprise you. Sleeping in the wrong position. Most people rarely give a second thought to the specific way they sleep, typically assuming that as long as they feel comfortable, everything is perfectly fine. However, after the age of 70, the precise position in which you spend your nights can exert a far greater and more critical impact on your health than you might ever realize. An unsuitable sleeping position can lead to distressing breathing problems, poor circulation, and even tragically increase your risk of experiencing serious complications like heart failure or a debilitating stroke. Yet a large number of seniors, completely unaware of the dangers, consistently sleep in ways that place unnecessary and detrimental strain on their bodies every single night. Let's explore why this particular habit holds such significant importance as you age. As your body naturally progresses through the aging process, it undergoes inherent changes in muscle tone, lung function, and the efficiency of circulation. Lying in an incorrect position for extended hours, essentially a third of your day, can physically restrict crucial airflow, leading to reduced oxygen levels in your blood and exert undue pressure on key blood vessels. This makes it considerably harder for your body to function optimally while you are asleep. Over time, this chronic stress can contribute to a wide array of health issues, ranging from bothersome snoring and serious sleep apnea to more severe and life-threatening conditions, such as nighttime heart strain. For instance, sleeping flat on your back might initially appear to be a comfortable and natural choice, providing a sense of alignment. However, for many seniors, it is actually one of the riskiest positions. When you lie directly on your back, the force of gravity causes your tongue and the soft tissues located in your throat to relax and fall backward. This relaxation can partially or even completely block your airway. This often leads to obstructive sleep apnea, a dangerous condition where breathing repeatedly stops and starts throughout the night. A significant number of individuals remain entirely unaware they have this condition, yet it can drastically increase the risk of heart disease, dangerously high blood pressure, and even sudden cardiac arrest. Consider the case of Robert, a 76-year-old man who had always preferred sleeping on his back. His wife frequently noticed that he would sometimes stop breathing for several seconds during the night before suddenly gasping for air. Initially, Robert dismissed these occurrences, attributing them to normal aging. However, over time, he started waking up feeling utterly exhausted, plagued by morning headaches, and struggling with concentration during his waking hours. When he finally consulted his doctor, he was informed that his lifelong sleeping position was a major contributing factor to his undiagnosed sleep apnea, placing immense silent strain on his heart every single night. Even if you don't suffer from sleep apnea, sleeping in the wrong position can still profoundly affect your circulation. When you consistently sleep on your right side, scientific studies suggest that it places additional pressure on the heart, making it more challenging for blood to circulate efficiently throughout the body. This is particularly concerning for seniors with existing heart conditions, as it can contribute to a dangerous buildup of fluid in the lungs and legs, a condition known as congestive heart failure, which can worsen over time. So what is considered the best sleeping position once you are over 70? Medical experts and sleep specialists strongly recommend sleeping on your left side whenever it is physically possible. This specific position offers multiple health benefits. It actively helps to improve overall circulation, allows the heart to pump blood more efficiently and with less effort, and can even aid digestion, especially for individuals prone to acid reflux or heartburn. Sleeping on the left side can prevent stomach acid from traveling back up into the throat, significantly reducing discomfort and promoting a better quality of sleep. If you find it challenging to consistently remain on your side during sleep, consider using a supportive body pillow to help keep yourself from rolling onto your back. Elevating your head slightly with a specially designed, supportive pillow can also help to keep your airways open and substantially reduce the risk of breathing disruptions. And for those who experience joint pain or stiffness, placing a pillow between your knees can effectively help maintain proper spinal alignment and alleviate pressure on your lower back, making sleep much more comfortable. Making this seemingly simple adjustment to your sleeping position can have a truly profound and transformative impact on your overall health and well-being. By ensuring that your body is in an optimal position for circulation, unobstructed breathing, and healthy heart function, you can dramatically reduce the risk of serious nighttime health complications and consistently wake up feeling more refreshed, energized, and ready to embrace the day. Final thoughts. We have meticulously explored 4 critical bedtime habits that, while appearing harmless on the surface, can actually place your health at significant risk once you are past the age of 70. From consuming meals too late in the evening to drinking excessive fluids before bed, from maintaining an overly warm bedroom environment to adopting an unsupportive sleeping position, each of these seemingly minor habits possesses the power to silently but profoundly impact your vital heart health, the restorative quality of your sleep, and your overall well-being. The profoundly encouraging news is that these risks are not predetermined or set in stone. By making conscious, small, yet impactful adjustments to your nightly routine, you possess the power to dramatically improve your sleep, significantly lower your risk of developing serious health issues, and consistently wake up feeling stronger, healthier, and more vibrant every single morning. Now, I urge you to take a moment for quiet reflection. Which of these habits do you recognize within your own daily or nightly routine? Do you frequently find yourself waking up multiple times during the night? Have you ever experienced that unsettling feeling of restlessness or overheating while you sleep? Perhaps you've been sleeping flat on your back for years, completely unaware of its potential impact on your health. Whatever your personal situation, the ultimate key is awareness. Once you recognize a potential problem, you are empowered to take decisive steps to correct it. So, here is my personal challenge to you for tonight. Pay closer attention than usual to your bedtime routine. Try adjusting just one of these habits and observe how it subtly yet effectively impacts your sleep. Perhaps you will shift your last meal a little earlier, lower your bedroom thermostat by a few degrees, or consciously try to sleep on your left side. Even one small, consistent change can accumulate to make a monumental difference over time. Thank you for joining us today and for investing in your health. We would genuinely love to hear from you. Please take a moment to leave a comment below and share one single thing you learned today and how you plan to implement it into your life. Your thoughts and experiences are incredibly important to us, so please do not hesitate to share them. Reading your comments provides us with immense motivation and encouragement to continue our mission. If you found this video insightful and helpful, please do us a favor by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with others. Your support truly helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we eagerly look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we'll continue to explore topics vital to your well-being.